Patching Knife Scales, William Hovey Smith, 2016. I am the owner of a new company, Hovey's Knives of China. And in this instance, we attempted to drill a hole in a knife, missed it, and buggered a piece of wood. And we had to patch it. And here is a video on how we repaired that knife scale. I was just a tad off on the original, but a tad was a tad too much. Index right again. Now I think we'll be able to do some work. Okay, we are all the way through now. Look. We wound up breaking out a good piece of our good wood here too. Well, what are we going to do? We have one scale that's perfectly good and it's separated. We have another with this sort of divot broken out. Now there are several alternatives at this stage. Now what any professional knife maker would do would say, okay, this handle is scrap. You scale it off, you take it off the steel completely, and you start all over and you make a whole new grip. Could do that. The Billy Joe Rubideoux solution is to put a patch on it. This is pecan wood. This is a sound section of wood right here. What I'm going to do is to take this part of the handle off. Just cut a square out. Remove the damaged portion. Cut a slab of this that's solid wood. Glue and pin it to the remainder of the scale and drill it. And we used a hatchet and just made some rough splits. And so now I have a block here that is solid and I feel confident enough, has enough strength to do the job. Plus it's thick enough to do the work. So I'm going to just rough it off with a knife. And then put it on the sander and actually drill it first. And after I get a good clean hole, then we'll proceed to put it on the knife end. We're going to be indulging in what is just about the knife maker's equivalent of dentistry by using this cutoff tool on the Dremel tool instead of dentistry tools to cut out this damaged wood and get us a flat plane and a square back here so we can affix our block repair. So we started our first cut and you can see how it's going. We've used our Dremel and we've worked almost down to the bottom of this breakout here. And now I'm going to take it and put it on the sander and use a sanding machine to get it this last little bit down and plane and level up the surface. We now have it where our holes line up and everything is fairly solid. So what we're going to do is put two brass pins and glue. And this time we're going to use super glue to bond these two pieces together. And once we do that, then we'll proceed to cut off this larger piece and actually grind it to the shape of the grip. Again, we have made progress. We have cut this block off and actually put it on the bandsaw to remove some of this excess material. Now, because of the weakness of this wood and its brittleness and the thinness of it, I want to put as little stress on here as I possibly can with the grinder So I'm going to try to remove as much of this excess wood with the Dremel tool as I can before putting it on the grinder, even though I have reinforced it with 2 brass pins as well as the glue. So far, so good. We have that piece of pecan now worked down something more nearly like a knob. And I'm going to do a little more work here on this grinder and then take it and put it on the sander. Sometimes a little wood dust is just what you need, and we need some, because what we've got is we've got a little gap here that we need to make sure we have glue in, and we also have a divot with a grinder right here. So we're going to make up some filler mix and put in these 2 locations. So when we do the final grinding and hand sanding, we'll have these set. So let me mix my mix here. Okay. Now this has a little working time, and just exactly for this reason. So you can do this. Super glue would have already started to set right now. See, it's now quite dark. Get it smeared through here, forced into these holes, hopefully. Good thick bond. We have our patch successfully applied to our knife blade here, and have also done sanding on it and put its first coat of finish. And what I'm using is this Minwax wood finish here, and this is a natural stain, but it does give some darkening to the wood, but it's mild compared to a walnut stain or some others. What we're also going to do is attempt to dress up this hole on the inside. As you saw, this steel is now hardened, so it cannot be drilled very successfully. So we're going to use these grinding bits, which are adaptations to the Dremel tool, and see if we can freshen out this hole and make it look a little more aesthetically pleasing. Because now when you look at it, you see this lump of steel, and plus it's offset. There's nothing we can do with the offset, but we can certainly try to grind away the steel a little bit. And we have an appropriate point right here, which is abrasive compound, to do it. Although we completely used up one accessory tool in the process, we did manage to get our hole freshened out. So now it's in better shape than it was. So we go to the belt sander now, and we actually do the final edging on the blade. Because this is a skinning knife and can be expected to be in the presence of blood and other materials, and also because it has a wooden handle, besides getting the coating of stain here, we're going to dip it in polyurethane. And we're probably going to do this twice, just to make sure. There we go. we get a good coating all the way across. I'm going to hang this up now and let it dry and drip. And it may take this all day to dry, but that's no great problem. I want to have the coating on there, and I want to have it everywhere. And this is the best way I know to do it. Painting is sort of slap dab compared to this method. Through this series of videos, we've made and tested the most recent of our Billy Joe Rubideoux series of blades made from found materials. And this is our Aspen Leaf Skinner. Now this Skinner is going to be made as a regular production knife from Hovey's Knives of China. But now, this is Hovey Smith, reminding you to hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Be legal, be ethical, be safe, goodbye, God bless, and see you next time. Here is another look at the knife and our logo of Hovey's Knives of China and some of our 15 different designs. Now, I am the author of Backyard Deer Hunting and other outdoor books, such as Extreme Muzzleloading, Crossbow Hunting, and Practical Bow Fishing, and in each of these books we have chapters on knives and their uses. I also have a new business book, Ideas for New Businesses, on how to found your own million or billion-dollar business, and here is a little blurb about me and about the book. Decorative grips with contrasting bands of wood probably originated from somebody trying to patch up their knives. Now, I do forge memory knives from customer-supplied raw materials. For more information on regular production of Hovey's Knives of China, you can go to the website below. For more information on my books, blogs, and more than 550 videos, go to my website, www.hoveysmith.com. Good hunting and good eating from the outdoors. Goodbye, and God bless.